Hello, this is Kat from Medicine for the Soul Yoga. Today we will be doing a lovely Mandala flow. It's a type of Vinyasa yoga where we flow with the breath. And today we're really focusing on transitioning. So transitioning from pose to pose, really slowing it down and feeling the balance and feeling our bodies. So let's get started. So we're going to start today on all fours in our tabletop position. So as always, spreading those fingers, engaging the hands, feel the fingertips gripping into the mat. Feel a slight lift of the chest. So we're pushing out of the hands and the knees are beneath the hips. We're allowing the belly to lead the breath here. Big deep breaths in and out through the nose. Next inhale, we'll just gently drop the belly down and roll the head up. Exhale, we'll round the back. So we're moving in our cat-cow. Today we're really focusing on transitions. So what does it feel like to be transitioning from each pose? Feeling the journey of our flow. And being present in that transition, being present in that journey and not just being fixated on the final product. So in our cat-cow, perhaps we can really feel into where the stretch travels as we move our back. Really slowly enjoying the transition. When we exhale and round the back, the movement starts from the pelvis, so pelvis tucks in first and feel this lovely rolling forward, and then the chin tucks down. So just taking a moment here, flowing with your breath, really taking your time, maybe closing the eyes. Closing the eyes really allows you to go inward, focusing just on the practice. Good, and then we're going to all just meet with a neutral spine, and we're going to draw the knees out wide, keep the toes together, sink the hips back, slide the hands forward, feel that lovely release as we find our wide leg child's pose. Big inhale here through the nose, big exhale through the nose. As we inhale, we're going to lift the chest up and just slightly dip the hips. And then exhale, push back, forehead on the mat. All the air out here on your exhale. And then inhale again, rolling forward, slightly dipping the hips. If you have issues with your knees, you can roll the mat over to just give yourself some extra padding on the knees as we're rolling on the knee joint. And we just flow with the breath again. So just close your eyes and flow with your breath. Melting down and feeling into the transition. Next time you come forward with the chest and the hips maybe coming a bit deeper, maybe even it feels good to let the feet lift up and we can really sink the hips back and then exhale lower. So really this is going to depend on your body. It might just be a tiny movement up and down with the chest, and that's totally fine and valid as well. So making this your transition, rolling the shoulders, looking up. And just one more breath here, one more big inhale and exhale with the movement. And then we'll meet back in our child's pose. Exhaling all the air out as we arrive. And then we're just going to walk the hands back towards the knees, draw the knees in. So we're sitting on our shins. Big shoulder roll here. As we exhale, we're going to draw the hands together in front of the face, tuck the chin down and push the hands away. As we inhale, flip the palms, reaching up, big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to bring the hands behind the head, keep the hands interlaced, And lean the head back in the hands. And we can just gently move side to side. A few lovely deep breaths here. And then we'll just bring our head back up to neutral. Keep the hands where they are. Make sure the tailbone is drawing down into the heels. Big inhale here. As we exhale, we're just going to look over our right shoulder. So pushing that right elbow back and the left elbow forward. Big inhale back to center, keeping the spine straight. Exhale to the left. Squeezing in the core. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Big inhale back up. Good. Exhale, bringing the hands away from the head and bringing them over in front of the face again, pushing away, tucking the chin down. Where can we feel that lovely stretch? How could we make that even more stretchy? Inhale, flip the palms, reach up the hands, look up. Good. Exhale again, hands behind the head. Really lean back into the hands this time. Keep that tailbone drawing down. Shining the chest forward, feeling real peace and presence. Breathing in. Everything is good. There's nothing else that you need to be doing right now. And then we'll just bring our head back up and release the hands. Give yourself a little release, anything you feel you need. Diving the hands forward again. We're going to bring the right foot out to the side, so the toes are facing forward and the foot is in line with the left knee. And then we're just going to gently bring the hips forward and back. Matching again with your breath if you can. Exhale as you come back, inhale as you come forward. Good, and then finding stillness up with the hips. So we're going to come into a variation of thread the needle with the leg out. So we're going to bring the left hand through and place the left hand somewhere along this right leg. So this might just be a small movement and maybe that's where we're at, so the hand can be on the knee. If you can, we can bend into this right arm and place the chest and the left side of the face all the way down on the mat. We're really holding onto this right leg for support, either staying here or maybe even lifting that right hand up. Keep breathing here. Big, strong inhale. Big exhale. Good. We'll place that right hand back on the mat. We'll inhale, lift ourselves up, bring the left hand back. We're going to lift up this right foot and place it behind us. Let this left foot come slightly to the left as well, so the shin's diagonal. As we inhale, reach up the right hand. We come into our supported side plank. Really reaching up that right hand, finding height. Not collapsing in this left shoulder, pushing out the left hand. Good, and then exhale, bring that right hand down. Bring the right knee in. And then we'll bring the left foot out. Big inhale, and as we exhale, we can sink back the hips. And we just pulse gently forward and back, trying to keep the whole of the left foot on the ground. And then coming up, so we're going to place the right hand and twist it underneath the body, and maybe it just finds the top of the left thigh, that's fine. If you can work the right arm further down the leg, you'll find that draws the right shoulder more underneath the body. You can really grip on that side of the left leg, twisting the torso, placing the right shoulder in the right side of the face on the mat. Maybe lifting the left arm up. Big deep breaths here. Good, and then we're going to place the left hand on the mat, draw ourselves back up. Placing that right hand on the mat, we're going to lift up the left leg, place it behind us, and then big inhale, draw that left arm up, finding side plank. So it helps if you bring this right foot slightly to the right to just give us a bit more support in our balance. Big deep breath here. And then exhale, bring that left hand down. Bring the left knee in as we exhale round the back. Inhale, arching. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, look up. Good, come back to neutral spine. So we're just going to do that again. Now we know what we're doing. We can really feel into the transitions here, feel into the flow of these movements. So bringing that right leg out, gently moving up and down. Flow with your breath. Find this moving meditation and this real mindfulness of exactly what you're doing right now. Living in the body, living in the breath. Not allowing yourself to be taken away by the thinking mind anymore. And then we'll find stillness. We're going to draw this left arm underneath, perhaps coming a bit deeper now. Maybe you want to experiment. Maybe you can reach for that ankle and really find a deep twist here. And if you'd like, lifting up that right hand. This will look different for everyone. If you need that right hand as support, absolutely use it. Big inhale. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Bringing yourself up, left hand down. And we're going to bring the right foot out to side plank, perhaps full side plank here. Either stay with the left knee supporting us, or maybe we can stack the feet or bring the right foot in front of the left foot. Really reaching the hips up, pushing out of that left hand, breathing deeply. One more big inhale, and then exhale, we will find back tabletop. Bring that left foot out, gently pulsing. Strong rhythmical breaths in and out through the nose. Good, and then planting that left hand. We're going to draw the right arm underneath, really reaching for the ankle if you can. Finding that deep twist, the right shoulder's moving forward, left shoulder's travelling back. Keeping the left hand as support, or maybe lifting it. Big deep breath through the nose. Good, placing that left hand down, drawing yourself up. Plant that right hand down, finding our side plank, so it can be supported with that right knee, absolutely, or play around with coming into full side plank. Either the feet are stacked on top of each other, or we can have one in front of the other. If you can, looking up at that left hand. Breathing deeply here. Good, and then exhale, we'll just gently find our way back to tabletop. Really good. Exhale, rounding the back. Inhale, arching. Good. Exhale, tuck the toes, and we'll find our downward dog. Pedaling out the feet here, lifting up one heel and then the other. So we're going to do a little flow here to really feel into transitions of how we can move our bodies. So I'm going to give one option first and then give another option after if you'd like to try it. So we're going to inhale, just flow forward, drop the knees down, and then drop the hips. And this doesn't have to be a big movement. And then exhale, sink the hips back to child's pose, draw the forehead down. Inhale, rolling up, tuck the toes, back to downward dog. Big exhale here. Inhale, rolling forward. Exhale, drop the knees. Exhale, drop the hips, shine the chest forward. Exhale, we can bring back to child's pose. Good. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift up to downward dog. Big exhale, release. Can try that again, exactly the same, or we can try without the knees. Feel like you're moving through honey, so really feel really slow and supported in these movements. So inhale, rolling forward to plank. Drop the knees if you need, otherwise maybe just dropping the hips, shine the chest forward. Big inhale here. As we exhale, we can travel back to child's pose. Sink the forehead down. Inhale, lift the chest, tuck the toes, back to downward dog. Big exhale as we release. Push the chest towards the thighs. One more time, inhale, rolling forward. Exhale, sinking those hips, draw the knees down. Exhale, pushing back to our child's pose, draw the forehead on the mat. Inhale, tucking the toes, lifting ourselves up to downward dog, really good. Big inhale here, big exhale. Looking forward towards the hands, we're just going to walk the feet forward, coming onto our fingertips to give us space to bring ourselves up. Big inhale, flat back, come up halfway, fingertips on the mat or on the shins. Find length. Exhale, forward fold, slightly bend into the legs here as we really release over the thighs. Relax the face, relax the shoulders. Good, as we inhale, we're going to sink the hips and we're going to lift ourselves up to chair, sinking the shoulders away from the ears, drawing the tummy in, lifting up the toes, making sure the weight is in the heels. Big inhale, exhale, sink the hips a tiny bit lower, and then inhale, squeezing up, draw the palms together above the head. Exhale, draw the palms down to center. Placing the hands either side of the body, palms facing forward, drop the chin down. Maybe rolling the shoulders here. So we're going to do a little flow now, but we're going to experiment without using the arms. So we use the arms a lot for our balance. So we're going to have our arms kind of doing something else. Just feel what that happens with our transitions. How does that affect the body? How can we breathe through it? How can it help improve our balance and our practice? So we're going to start with eagle. So we're going to lift up the right leg, wrap it around the left and sink the hips. So similar kind of positioning to chair pose. So we're sinking the hips back. So we're going to bring the left arm underneath the right and we're going to cross at the elbows. And we'll just draw the palms, the backs of the hands together. If you'd like full eagle, maybe wrapping the arms all the way around so the palms find each other. But the backs of the hands is also fine. And we're going to breathe here. One more big inhale. As we exhale, release that right leg, lift it up. And we're going to step back very slowly into high lunge. So we're going to draw the chest down, reach that foot back, and then place it on the mat. Make sure the feet are hip width apart so we can shuffle that left leg out to the side to give us a bit of a stronger base here, especially as our arms are engaged. So we want to draw the elbows up and feel that really rounding off the back of the shoulders. Breathing deeply here. One more big inhale, really focusing. Good, we're going to spin that right heel in and find goddess pose. Bring the left feet in as well. So the toes are facing the diagonal points of the mat, heels are in, and we're going to sink the hips. Lift up the elbows, breathing deeply. Big inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to lift up the hips, look to the right, bring the right toes facing the back of the mat, spin the left toes also facing the back, and we find our high lunge on the other side. Arrange your feet as you need. Don't be afraid to shuffle them around the mat. So they're hip width apart, we've got space. Keep breathing. Good. As we exhale, we're going to bring our weight more into that right foot and we're going to step the left foot forward if we can, hugging the knee in. And then finding eagle on the other side, left leg over the right knee, sink the hips and then release. Ooh, good. Really good. Swaying out the arms. How did that feel? Big, strong, deep breaths. Perfect. So we'll just go ahead and do the other side. So we're going to bring the right leg up and we're going to wrap it around the left. We're going to bring the right arm underneath this time. Sorry, I've just realised it was the left leg. Good. So we'll place that over the right leg. Sink the hips down, allow the elbows to lift. Big deep breaths here. Good. We're going to lifting up that left knee, hug it in, step back gently, gently, gently with that left leg. Good. Finding our high lunge. Drawing those elbows up. Then we're going to open out to warrior two, so the toes are facing the back diagonal points of the mat. Sink the hips, allow the elbows to reach up. Big, strong, deep breaths. We're going to inhale, look towards the front of the mat, spin ourselves around, sink those hips down. Good, and then inhale, reach up the right leg, squeeze it in if you can, and then wrap the right over the left. In eagle, lift the elbows. Good, and then just come back. Ooh, release those hands. Good, let ourselves sway side to side. Just finding stillness in the center for a moment. Draw the chin down, hands, palms facing forward. Find your breath. Big inhale, we're going to reach the hands up. And as we exhale, come into a gentle forward fold, bending into the legs, keeping the weight forward in the feet. Feel that lovely deep release across the back of the shoulders. And we can hold each elbow with the opposite hand here. Here we want the weight to be forward in the feet, so we're really reaching forward. Big deep breaths here, in and out through the nose. Releasing a bit deeper. And then releasing those hands as we inhale, sink the hips again, we find chair. Big inhale, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Sink the hips lower. Drawing the palms down to center. As we inhale, we're going to lift up the right leg, coming into our one-legged chair pose, and then open out to warrior two. So we're going to try that transition again, but this time really mindfully and really slowly, almost like we're moving through honey. So drawing the palms down, we find our chair pose, lifting up that left foot, tucking the toes, really slowly, and then opening the hands. How slow and soft can you land? Sink the hips. Good. Drop the left elbow down to the knee. Big inhale. Arc that right hand up. Sink the hips lower. Find our warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the hands. Really feel that movement. Slide the left foot back to plank. Big inhale. Exhale, take your vinyasa. Drop the knees if you need to. So we exhale, lower. Inhale into our back bend. Exhale back to downward dog. Take a moment here, pedal out the feet. Feel your breath. Inhale, look forward. So we're going to work with the transition here, hopping forward. If you know you've got dodgy knees or you don't want to practice this, please just step forward. Otherwise, we're going to lift up the heels, bend the legs, almost feel like you're coiling like a spring. And the key thing is to have the fingers engaged, so spread on the mat, keep the weight forward in the feet. Very often people will jump forward and collapse back. If the weight is always forward in the hands, you can allow your weight to be in the hands and allow the feet to land softly. So we don't want the weight collapsing back in the feet. So keep the chest lifted, keep the weight in the hands. And just play around with a few hops. How slowly and controlled can you hop? How can you really enjoy that transition? Although it's not a pose itself, it's still a part of our practice. How slowly can you land? Just trying a few different ways for yourself. Whenever you've had enough, just landing in a forward fold at the front of the mat, and we'll meet you there. So keep that weight forward in the hands, keep the feet really soft and light. And we'll just do one more if you're practicing the hopping. Really control, take your time. Look to where you want to be. Good, and then inhale. We'll come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Weight forward in the feet. This time we're going to interlace the hands behind the back. Let the hands fall over the head. Straighten the arms. Bend into the legs as much as you need to feel the chest and the thighs. Big deep breaths. Weight is forward in the feet. And as we inhale, we're going to release the hands. Sweep them up. Sink the hips. Find our chair pose. Roll the shoulders down. Big, strong, deep breaths here. Good, so we're going to lift up that left leg. With control, we're going to step back, find our warrior two. Sink the hips, relax the shoulders. Try that again. How slowly can you go? How gently can you land? Finding our warrior two. Exhale, draw the hands to center. Lifting up that left foot. Gently, so smoothly, opening up, placing that left foot down. Really good. Sink the hips. Bring the right elbow onto the right knee. Open this lovely arc with that left hand. Keep breathing through the nose. Big, strong, deep breath here. Finding our warrior two again. Cartwheel the hands again, make that arc. Imagine you're drawing an arc in the sky. Right foot slides back to plank. Big inhale here. As we exhale, lower down. Inhale, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, back to downward dog. Big, lovely inhale here through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. We're just going to drop the knees down either side of the mat, draw the toes together, sink the hips towards the heels, slide the hand forward. Just take a moment here. Where is the breath landing in the body? Where is the breath journeying in the body? Feeling that transition of the inhale and of the exhale. Perhaps introducing a slight pause in between each inhale and exhale. A pause of nothingness, of stillness. And just considering how we can focus more on the transitions and on the journeys in our life as well. Rather than always focusing on the end goal or the pose in this case. And then we'll gently begin to lift up the chest and we'll just gently walk the hands back, drawing the knees in. Good. Rolling the shoulders. We're going to bring the feet to either side of the body and just let the feet swing around to the front. We'll shift the hips forward and we'll wrap the arms around the knees. Draw the chin down and just lean back on the legs. Feel the neck soften and release. And then we'll just draw the hands either side of the body and let the knees sway side to side. Really feeling into this movement now. So how can we make this twist a bit deeper? When we drop both knees to one side, we really dip the hips forward and we push that shoulder back. So we're really elongating that side of our body and we pause before we move to the next. So we're moving so mindfully. We're not just moving for the sake of it. Really feeling into your body as you move, slowing it down. Good, and then we'll just find stillness in the center. We're going to bring the forearms down and then lowering the shoulders, the back and the neck all the way down. We can just place the hands gently on the tummy and feel the shoulder blades relax into the mat. So we're going to come into shoulder stand. We're going to have the hands either side of the body, and we're going to curl the knees up to the body. We'll use the hands as we straighten the legs to lift up the hips, tuck the elbows in and place them on the mat, and then place the hands underneath the hips. So maybe this is where you're at today, and absolutely stay here if so. Just keeping the head central, not moving the neck. If you'd like to travel the hands further down the back towards the shoulders, we can begin to perhaps straighten the legs, and we can kind of shuffle the shoulder blades and the shoulders and the elbows in together, which allows us to walk the hands further down the back, making this nice pencil shape with the body. And wherever you are along that journey, just breathing. I find closing the eyes here, visualizing all the blood rushing down to our vital organs, all the energy that we have created in the body, and this calming effect of being in this inversion. Lovely deep breath in and out through the nose. If you'd like, you can let the feet perhaps release over towards the head, feeling this nice release across the whole back body. Maybe the feet just land somewhere in the air. Maybe they could touch the ground behind you. I'm practicing first thing today, so I'm still a little bit tight. I'm just completely honouring that, completely honouring where you are in this journey. And then when you're ready, we can bring the hands out long, and wherever they find the edges of the mat, hold on to that. So holding on to the edges of the mat, almost gripping onto them. And it allows us to gently, gently roll down. So we can separate out our shoulder blades, separate out our elbows. And gently, with real control, feel this transition. Feel this rolling all the way down each vertebrae of your back. All the way down until the lower back. Feel it fold on the mat. Such a nice feeling. And then we can draw the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around the shins, draw the chin up to the knees and give ourselves a big squeeze. Holding the breath here and squeezing everything. And then as we exhale, just release the arms. Let the feet float onto the ground, keep the legs bent. We're going to lift up that right leg, wrap it around the left, and just let both knees fall to the left. Look over the right shoulder. Big inhale, big exhale as we melt deeper into this twist. Where could you release more here? Where can you surrender into the twist? Finding more space the more you let go. Gently using the core, we'll bring the knees back up to center, placing the right foot on the mat. Big inhale, we'll lift up that left leg. Exhale, wrap the leg around the right and just let both knees very gently, very tenderly travel over to the right and look over the left shoulder. Left palm facing up. Big inhale. Big exhale. Where could you release? Feel the thighs, the calves. Release. Feel the knees get heavier as they're drawn further over in this twist. Feel the breath so gentle and easy now. Completely at peace with this moment. Gently using the core, we can bring the knees up to center. And we're just going to finish off with happy baby. So drawing the knees in, but slightly apart, so kind of drawing towards underneath the armpits. Drawing the feet up, so the soles of the feet are facing up. Draw the hands inside the feet, holding onto the ankle or the feet. And then we can just gently make some movements here as we draw the feet down. Perhaps making some slightly bigger movements than usual, really straightening the leg as we travel across each side. And just working with your body, maybe no movement is needed here. And then gently we can bring the feet down, releasing the hands. Let one leg release out long and then the other, palms facing up, drawing the chin slightly down. We find ourselves in a lovely Shavasana. Having moved our bodies so mindfully and with intention, we find stillness in the mind. A moment of just being with the body, being with the breath. Noticing if your mind has other thoughts. And just politely tell them to stop right now. We don't need them. Cutting off that energy of your thoughts that are taking you away from this very moment. Instead, just being left with stillness and acceptance. Relaxing all the muscles in the face and the eyebrows and the mouth. And the shoulders, down both arms. Feel the weight of the legs. So relaxed, so heavy. Letting everything go as you lie here with your breath. And then we'll just start to deepen the breath in and out through the nose. Wiggle the fingers, roll around the feet. Big inhale, reaching the hands above the head. Give yourself a big stretch. And gently exhaling, rolling onto the right hand side. And just resting for a moment with your head in your hands. This beautiful post-yoga feeling, soak it all up. There's no rush to get away from this. And whenever you're ready, you can use the left hand to very gently guide yourself up. Back up to seated with the legs crossed. Drawing the hands on the lap, palm facing up, drawing the chin down. Big inhale, we can reach the hands above the head. Open the eyes. Exhale, draw the palms down to your center. Namaste. Well, thank you for your practice with me today. I hope you really enjoyed that one, and I will see you again soon.